Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, June 19th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 671 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. There was a $500K reward in alleged road rage shooting of Aiden Leos in California. Will it be paid? Texas Governor Greg Abbott vetoes part of budget that funds legislature after Democrat walkout. COVID, Brazil hits 500,000 deaths amid critical situation. Morrison's rejects bid from U.S. private equity firm. Major companies ask Colorado residents not to apply for remote positions. American student and former Marine Catherine Serrell found brutally murdered in Russia. When and where tropical storm Claudette could cause flooding and tornadoes in NC. Police shoot driver who allegedly drove into cyclists in Arizona. Tropical storm Claudette weakens to depression. It may strengthen back to storm status. Shocking footage shows a gunman repeatedly shoot at a man while two children frantically dodge his bullets on a New York City sidewalk. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. U.S. Open Golf 2021, third round, Live, The Guardian. High winds, tornadoes and drenching rain reported as tropical depression Claudette batters parts of Gulf Coast, USA Today. Nina Simone's family blame Kamala Harris for taking singer's estate away from them, Yahoo, Voices. Police shoot pickup truck driver who mowed down cyclists in Arizona race, cops, New York Post. Fresh protests in Brazil against Bolsonaro's handling of COVID pandemic, The Guardian. Portugal vs Germany score, Robin Gosens runs riot as Die Mannschaft wins 6-goal Euro 2020 thriller, CBSSports.com. Nearly 60 House Democrats call on Catholic bishops to stop targeting pro-abortion polls in communion dispute, Fox News. Baton Rouge police search for suspects in a shooting that left 2 people dead and 4 injured, CNN. Remembering Champ Biden, the president's beloved German Shepherd was a sweet, good boy, The Washington Post. Iran's president-elect, Ebrahim Raisi, is hardliner linked with mass executions, The Guardian. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Driver rammed cyclists during Arizona race, critically injuring several. Mother pig rescued after fleeing farm, giving birth in woods. Judge blocks CDC from enforcing cruise ship coronavirus rules. People hilariously empathize with the intern after HBO Max email snafu. Tropical storm Claudette bears down on Gulf Coast with heavy rain. Biden announces death of family's dog Champ, I will miss him. Rescuers search for survivors after family goes over dam on float. Juneteenth and America's unfulfilled promise of absolute equality. He's old, Logan Paul thinks he can beat Mike Tyson. Twitter critics go to war over dead Capitol rioter Ashley Babbitt. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Trailer W family heirloom stolen from driveway. Driver crashes car into electrical box after chase. Deputy seriously injured in crash in squad car. Retired teacher donates 200th pint of blood. Police officer dies after 5-week COVID-19 battle. Human trafficking uncovered in strip club raid. Gun shops, customers support constitutional carry. Body-like object prank prompts investigation. Daughter donates organ to father battling stage 4 kidney failure. Ex-officer accused of giving beer to minor. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Tropical storm Claudette spawns tornadoes and brings heavy rains to the south. Delta variant, what to know for summer travel. Man loses hand in French rave that violated pandemic curfew. How Americans are celebrating Juneteenth, photos across the U.S. Los Angeles just elected a liberal DA. He's already facing a recall effort. Police shoot driver who struck cyclists at Arizona bike race. Pope Francis' silence speaks volumes on controversial communion vote by U.S. bishops. Video of Montreal police kneeling on black teenager spurs outcry. College baseball pitcher, Song Ho-bak, dies after Tommy John surgery. Yang and Garcia form late alliance in mayor's race, drawing Adams' ire. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Texas Zoom robbery, 3 suspects arrested after allegedly robbing woman on video call. Every occasion potato salad from Chef Ryan Scott. Dem Rep Cuellar says he has not heard from VP Harris on border visit. Chef Ryan Scott's recipe for an easy marinated flank steak. Macy Gray's call for a new American flag receives mixed reactions, now the flag is too white. Mexico to play World Cup qualifiers without fans in response to anti-gay chants, FIFA announces. France held to 1-1 draw by Hungary at Euro 2020. Germany clicks at Euro 2020 with 4-2 win over Portugal. NASA, USPS team up to create stunning sun stamps. White House unlikely to hit COVID-19 vaccination mark by July 4, instead touts new milestone. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, June 19th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Police chiefs ban using messages with kisses and heart emojis in case it's a sexual offense. Priti Patel tells Border Force officers to stop attending unconscious bias workshops. Murdered British mother Caroline Crouch died in agony, coroner's report claims. The Sussex Sultans of Spin, how team of 9 are trying to help Harry and Meghan win briefing war. Andrew Lloyd Webber backs down on threat to reopen his theaters without social distancing. Dan Hodges, who's spreading the poison that could put the final nail in Keir Starmer's coffin? Glamorous racegoers pull out all the stops on the last day of Royal Ascot. BBC sparks discrimination row after banning white people from applying for 18,000 trainee job. Why are more and more young women suffering from hysterectomy? Jersey politicians ask James Corden to remove prehistoric stone circle from his back garden. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Death of famed Afghan commander in Taliban massacre highlights the country's struggles and fears. Ebrahim Raisi, hardline judiciary chief, wins Iran's presidential election, state media reports. What to know about Iran's president-elect, Ebrahim Raisi. Video of police officer kneeling on neck of black 14-year-old boy prompts outrage in Montreal. It's my choice, it's my life. After ceasefire, Israel and Hamas revert to calibrated routine of provocation and reprisal. Warsaw Gay Pride parade back after backlash, pandemic. Tied down and locked away, harrowing tales emerge from Japan's psychiatric patients. Hardline judiciary head wins Iran presidency as turnout low. Serbian state TV, explosion again rocks munitions factory. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. U.S. Open Golf 2021, third round, live. Coronavirus Live News, Mexico City reshuts schools as it shifts up a tier. U.S. has given more than 317,100,000 jabs. Lewandowski saves Poland as Spain's Morata misses rebound of redemption. Tornado damages 50 homes in small Alabama town. Fresh protests in Brazil against Bolsonaro's handling of COVID pandemic. The Blue Wall, what next for the Tories after a shock by-election defeat? John Bercow defects to Labour with withering attack on Johnson. Police explore whether Derbyshire deaths are a result of stalking. Cousins inspires resurgent Germany to thrilling 4-2 victory over Portugal. U.S. marks Juneteenth after recognizing it as federal holiday. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Driver rams cyclists in Arizona race, critically injuring 6. Delta variant infecting mounting number of people in rural Kansas and Missouri. Juneteenth celebrations and images around the U.S. Black farmers fight to keep their land, cultivate next generation. 11 hospitalized after church bus, vehicle crash in Arkansas. Bandit responsible for vehicle break-ins is a black bear. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Iran election, wariness and welcome for Ebrahim Raisi. Joe and Jill Biden announce death of beloved dog champ. Mike Pence, hecklers brand ex-VP traitor at conservative conference. Paris police search for 2 scooter riders after pedestrian killed. Robert Schuman, Pope puts father of modern Europe on sainthood path. Iran election, hardliner Raisi will become president. Australia takes wine dispute with China to WTO. Man loses hand in clashes at banned France rave. Juneteenth, after decades, Opal Lee finally gets her day off. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. High winds, tornadoes and drenching rain reported as tropical depression Claudette batters parts of Gulf Coast. Juneteenth celebrations around the U.S. honor the anniversary of slave emancipation. California judge orders no bail for man charged with the murder of a 6-year-old boy in a road rage shooting. Today in history for June 20th. Larger-than-life George Floyd statues unveiled to mark Juneteenth in U.S. cities. LGBTQ students need inclusive sex ed, but less than 10% in U.S. are receiving it, report says. Warsaw Pride Parade back after virus-induced break. Tropical storm Claudette threatens U.S. Gulf Coast with rain, flooding. Schumer, Juneteenth holiday long overdue. Tropical storm brings rain, floods to Gulf Coast. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Woman killed, man and woman injured in shooting in South Los Angeles neighborhood. After blistering heat wave, June gloom set to return to Southern California. Here's how you can celebrate Juneteenth today in LA County. Many LA cops and firefighters aren't vaccinated against COVID-19. Is this a public safety threat? Scenes from the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo, the nation's only touring black rodeo. Severe wing fractures in pelicans raise fears of a human culprit. Black joy as a form of resistance, LA's Juneteenth is partying with purpose. LA's COVID-19 death rate falls below that of Bay Area in another sign of widening recovery. Column, hot days, packed beaches, lots of trash, it's Josie to the rescue. Here are some things to know about the extreme drought in the western U.S. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, June 19th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Brazil surpasses 500,000 COVID-19 deaths. The largest gay pride parade in Central Europe took place again in Warsaw for the first time in 2 years after a pandemic-induced break, and amid a backlash in Poland and Hungary against LGBT rights. Poland, thousands turn out for Warsaw Pride March. Women in Istanbul took to the streets on Saturday to protest Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's decision to withdraw from the Istanbul Convention, effective July 1. Established by the Council of Europe in 2011, the convention targets violence against women and domestic violence. 17th-century European paintings found in roadside dumpster. U.S. triples vaccines for Taiwan with 2.5 million dose shipment. Afghans who helped Lithuanian troops to receive asylum, says minister, helping the interpreters is Lithuania's matter of honor. Valuable 350-year-old oil paintings found in skip. Moscow records pandemic high COVID-19 cases for second day running. Don't betray women of Tigray, calls grow for international action against rape in war. Politicians among signatories of 2 open letters urging investigation into reports of sexual violence in Ethiopian conflict. Constitutional right to use a weapon in self-defense passed by Czech lower house. Amnesty calls for investigation into Iran's president-elect Raisi for crimes against humanity. High greenhouse gas emitters should pay for carbon they produce, says IMF. Greenhouse gas emissions. Tokyo scraps public viewing of Olympics. Canada leads international coalition calling on China to allow investigators free access to Xinjiang. The next headlines are from Forbes. Brazil is now the second country with 500,000 COVID deaths, and infections aren't slowing down. Billy Gilmore, the Ayrshire Jorginho shows England's midfield what it's missing. They just don't quit. LA Clippers make franchise history by reaching conference finals. Euro 2020, Robin Gosens resurrects Germany with fantastic performance against Portugal. In pictures, UK holds first music festivals in start of pandemic. Who is Ebrahim Raisi? Meet Iran's controversial new hardline president. Update on new developments in U.S. immigration. 2021 NBA playoff bracket, schedule, start time, odds, Game 7 predictions for Nets vs Bucks. Friday box office, In the Heights plunges 73% but Godzilla vs. Kong finally tops $100 Biden family's dog Champ dies at 13. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Towards personalized treatment of smoking-related lung cancers. Mathematicians welcome computer-assisted proof in grand unification theory. CureVac COVID vaccine letdown spotlights Moderna design challenges. How scientists are embracing NFTs. Better together, collaborative spaces can inspire scientists of all ages. Base editor treats progeria in mice. Author correction, assembly of synaptic active zones requires phase separation of scaffold molecules. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,712,835,124 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Chaz Ebert amplifies black voices and stories with inaugural Black Writers Week on RogerEbert.com. Edgar Wright picks his 5 favorite Sparks albums, as the Meal Brothers recall 50 years of bold choices. Flea, My Sunny Mud, The Crossing win big at 2021's Hybrid on Sea Animation Festival. France Televisions unveils animated slate at On Sea. Marvin Gaye Drive unveiled in Detroit ahead of Juneteenth festivities. Shazam hits 1 billion song matches per month. Don Cheadle and No Sudden Move co-stars celebrate with in-person premiere at Tribeca Festival. Onsi reacts to America, the motion picture. Lucas star Jacob Tremblay on recording at Pixar and bringing improv to his role. Odd Heard a Menu drops teaser for Nadia McWalt's Shadows exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A Confederate general's remains are being moved out of Memphis. President Biden's dog Champ dies. A U.S. student who went missing in Russia is found dead. Dad draws on Maori roots to raise 3 resilient sons. Step 1, send them on a milk run. Metal fans march at the UK's first full live music festival since the pandemic hit. 1971, the year that gave us Starbucks, Disney World, and a lower voting age. Understanding 2021's rise in gun violence. Afghan interpreters who await visas after helping the U.S. now fear for their lives. Overdose deaths rose during the war on drugs, but efforts to reduce them face backlash. Comic, adopted pandemic dogs got us through, now they need our help. The following headlines are from the week. Is the NBA on the verge of playoff chaos? What Ebrahim Raisi's election means for Iran and the U.S. McCarthy's Fox clarifies Trump speaker comments. Biden's announced their dog Champ has died. Kevin McCarthy appears to say Trump has told him he wants to be House Speaker. Case for inflation panic has died, Paul Krugman argues. 6 homes for artists. The Biden administration is enabling a Trump comeback. Should the U.S. start taxing wealth? Ted Cruz likens Democrats to the Terminator, and 6 more notable moments from the Faith and Freedom Coalition Conference. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Great State of Hate, Texas declines to ban gay trans panic defense. The next headlines are from Universe Today. A new technique for seeing exoplanet surfaces based on the content of their atmospheres. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, June 19th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Summer solstice tale of 2 cities. Astronomers spot largest rotation in the universe. The sad fate of krill in the Southern Ocean. Moon and spike at June 18, 1920. Methane on Enceladus, a possible sign of life. The next news is from Politico. G7 leaders pledge 870 million vaccines to developing world. Biden-Putin summit gives U.S. allies hope of better Russia ties. After Biden-Putin, will Russian spies retreat to shadows? George Floyd's murder transformed America. Polish politicians hit by large-scale cyber attack, Russia blamed. Biden's older dog, Champ, has died, German Shepherd was 13. Guinea declares end to latest Ebola outbreak. Hardline judiciary head wins Iran presidency amid low turnout. Million-dollar lotteries fail to cut through vaccine apathy. As pandemic subsides, businesses push Congress for one more bailout. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. COVID conundrum, what now for children as variants become more infectious? Alp Power broker advising company behind Bacchus Marsh toxic soil dump. Joker in the pack, Crown watchdog missing in action. Fears AstraZeneca reputation has been tarnished beyond repair. Mum's cancer fight was the inspiration behind Cordner's toughness. I really struggled, how Bomber worked his way back from Hub Blues. Hold on to that hatred, boomers aren't to blame for Australia's property mismatch. Business is booming as barriers fall away for cashed-up art lovers. Circa 2016, an unknown singer at a footy dinner blew me away, and now look at her. From bad things, better things grow, Essendon's Silver Linings Playbook. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Newswatch, Art's favorite at Al being higher at the end of 2021 and 125 years of history supports this. Where should I retire? I'm 73 and fed up with California and want a gun-friendly, affordable city with good weather, so where should I retire? Next Avenue, the new cruise ship rulebook, what to know about booking a trip, getting on board, and other changes. Bookwatch, before you move to a new town in retirement, check the local Walmart, and 5 other hard-learned lessons. Outside the box, get used to the housing crunch, it will be with us for years, but there will be surprising benefits. How to invest, picking the right index to take the market's pulse. Your digital self, you will not be traveling in a self-driving car anytime soon, here's what the future will look like. Next Avenue, prescriptions alone cost $5,000 a month, how the healthcare system fails working Americans. Outside the box, worried you might outlive your savings? Try these 6 strategies. Outside the box, this is the COVID consumer trend most likely to stick beyond the pandemic. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. The Black Automotive Pioneers Who Helped Reshape the Automotive World, Autoblog. The new UK innovation czar will need to drill deep to tackle the country's patent lag, IAM. Astonishing growth in medical intellectual property market, which is growing exponentially with the major key players in the market within the forecast period 2020 to 2027, the monomet current. Here's why it's a bad thing for women's health that there are so few women inventors, science alert. Does drafting a technical expert opinion in infringement suits in India work in court? Lexology. Ex-NASA scientist imprisoned for long-running deception working in China, Fed scoop. Fewer women receiving biomedical patents means fewer inventions to treat women, FIS.org. Strategies for pharma patent litigation, IAM. Patenting plant inventions via the EPO after G3/19, IAM. Protecting patent rights in the life sciences in India, IAM. The next headlines are from Quartz. Racial bias makes white Americans more likely to support wars in non-white foreign countries. African Americans view Senegal as an ancestral homeland and business opportunity. Weekend edition, return of multilateralism, cameo pay gap, happy Juneteenth. How much to tip in a post-pandemic world? We will never really know if the COVID-19 lockdowns were worth it. A niche Chinese Gen Z meme is ringing alarm bells for Beijing. Should Americans still wear masks? Obamacare survives, China's investment in Europe, Juneteenth. Is there really a Nepal variant of COVID-19? Mumbai's third wave of COVID-19 could be twice as brutal as its second wave. The following headlines are from TechDirt. This week in TechDirt history, June 13-19th. Chinese government continues to arrest more journalists over nonsense national security law. Cop who led strike team into Wrong House during drug raid granted immunity by 11th Circuit. Elon Musk's next-gen broadband service is overheating in the Arizona desert. 15 universities have formed a company that looks remarkably like a patent troll. Devin Nunes' family's bizarrely stupid defamation lawsuit goes off the rails. Daily Deal, Polar Unlimited Cloud Backup Storage. No, big tech should not give big telecom billions of dollars for no reason. Letting newspapers band together to demand payments from internet companies is bad for the internet and bad for journalism. New Guardians of the Galaxy game has game streamers worried over integral music in the game. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Juneteenth meaning. Spain versus Poland. Macy Gray. Nina Simone. Delta variant. Tropical storm Claudette. Hungary versus France. Portugal versus Germany. Montreal Canadiens. Mike Pence. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Democracy is dead, time-traveling Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom star in cringe pro-Democrat political ad to conservative mockery. Biden administration takes steps to make sex change surgery available as a health care benefit for military veterans. Cops shoot driver after pickup truck plows through bicycle race in Arizona, leaving 6 gravely injured. Jekyll and Hyde, Ronaldo displays flashes of brilliance, but trolled for atrocious dribbling as Portugal beaten by Germany, video. Ronaldo's Portugal routed by Germany in Munich as hosts get Euro 2020 campaign back on track. One of the worst ideas I have ever seen, fans lambast pro wrestling group U as they hold hilarious fake MMA fight, video. Despite opposition from Republican voters, Juneteenth platitudes pour in from all sides. Skip to it, ex-UFC's Ostovich flaunts curves on social media as she amps up training for Van Zandt but a knuckle bout, photos. Glowing in rainbow colors, Munich Council wants arena in LGBTQ colors for Germany-Hungary Euro 2020 clash in protest at new laws. Hungarian fans display anti-kneeling banner in surging protest before France Euro 2020 clash, photos video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Taby, why has ivermectin become a dirty word? Here are all the technical obstacles standing in the way of Biden's global corporate tax deal. U of Ottawa Prof, sex work is the best thing young people can do early in their careers. Another small step for autonomy, Shenzhen proposes special license plates for self-driving vehicles. NSA agrees to release records on FBI's improper spying on 16,000 Americans. U.S. Navy shock trial sparked M3.9 quake off Florida coast. Bill Maher, woke liberals have a bad case of progressivophobia. A lifetime in debt, older Americans are facing a student loan crisis. California governor assaulted by man during visit to Oakland. Mega drought could force California's Lake Oroville hydroelectric power plant to shut down. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Brazil passes 500,000 COVID deaths as anti-gov protesters rally. Germany thrash Portugal to resurrect Euro hopes as France held. Minneapolis marks Juneteenth after official holiday recognition. U.S. sends 2.5 million COVID vaccines to Taiwan. Will elections end the crisis in Armenia? Ethiopians set to vote in crunch polls amid conflict and apathy. Biden's announced death of cherished dog champ. Zarif suggests JCPOA could be salvaged before Raisi takes office. Afghan president replaces security ministers amid Taliban advance. Dear President Biden, you need to act on Palestine. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Pinkerton, Hunter Biden's latest easy money gig is making art every lobbyist, tycoon, and tyrant would want a piece of. Catholic Democrats appeal to primacy of conscience in abortion support. Retired grandmother graduates high school, overwhelmed to be valedictorian. Texas AG Ken Paxton, illegal immigration as bad as it's ever been, cartels are the primary beneficiaries. ADL CEO, Omar equating Hamas and Israel gives license that it's open season to attack Jews. Burgess Owens, July 4th and Juneteenth are a celebration of freedom, we can celebrate both. U.S. has imported over 4,000 minors from Central America. Ron DeSantis rising in presidential betting markets. Watch, masked shooter opens fire in Mayor de Blasio's gun-controlled NYC. Golden Globes in tatters as two HFPA members resign over corruption and verbal abuse. The next headlines are from UPI News. Michigan man's $500,000 lottery ticket nearly ended up in trash. Watch, lumberjack rescues crows from felled tree, teaches them to log roll. Overdue book headed back to California library after 70 years. Watch, bear caught on camera breaking into New Hampshire car. Watch, runaway dog in Manhattan takes the tunnel to Queens. Watch, New England Aquarium honors woman's 38-year-old ticket. Watch, man makes 4-foot, 6.49-inch standing high jump on one leg for world record. Ram on the lam after escape from New Zealand animal shelter. The next headlines are from odd, strange and bizarre things. Elvish more popular than Irish, online learning leads to fictional language rise. The weirdest things you can do this summer. These 10 plans will get rid of mosquitoes this summer. How one company is unlocking the power and potential of global sourcing. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. One-legged woman is a world-class salsa dancer and inspiration to all. Watch. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Charitable giving in the U.S. rose 5.1% last year to a record high of $471 billion in 2020. Midwestern dad breaks 31-year world record for 1.5 million push-ups, all for charity. That song stuck in your head is helping the brain with long-term memory. This self-healing cement automatically fills any cracks that form, to save energy and money. Eco-Warrior makes toys, mosquito repellent, and more with recycled cigarette butts, the most littered item. Circus turns over last 4 performing bears to animal sanctuary that has holistic natural environment. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, June 19th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Foo Fighters to release disco album as the DGs. Terrifying moment, pack of 30 wolves chase actors across a Chinese stage. HBO Max accidentally sent a strange email to its subscribers. Yes, it was the intern. After 123 days handcuffed together to save their on-again, off-again relationship, Ukrainians Alexander Kudlay and Victoria Pustavitova have split up, shedding their bonds on national TV and saying the experiment had brought home uncomfortable truths. Bearer shot dead after 4 people reported injured in Japan. Video, man escapes assassination attempt in Brooklyn. A couple accidentally grew the world's most expensive mango. Bear storms Japanese military base and airport, injuring 4 people. Maine is the most email-addicted state in the U.S. and checks their email approx 35x per day. Daredevil dies while attempting world record motorcycle jump. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Why Python is not the programming language of the future. For beginners and pros, the pocket guitar is like taking your guitar with you everywhere. This quadcopter drone is sporting a 4K camera and flight stabilization for brilliant aerial video. What Google's AI design chip tells us about the nature of intelligence. This AI lets you generate new verses from your favorite rappers. Researchers created a brain interface that can sing what a bird's thinking. This nifty online guide compares AI/ML tools and platforms. The Copernicus mini drone slices through the air, and you decide whether a camera is worth it. You can ace 3 key CompTIA certification exams, and it costs under $25 for the training. AirTags and Find My are ushering in a whole new Apple era. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Memory helps us evaluate situations on the fly, not just recall the past. Animals' ability to adapt their habitat key to survival amid climate change. In the visual thalamus, neurons are in contact with both eyes but respond to only one. Researchers reviewed data on reputed toxins thought to cause neurodegeneration. Earlier flood forecasting could help avoid disaster in Japan. Dragonflies, species losses and gains in Germany. How childhood exercise could maintain and promote cognitive function in later life. Atomic scale tailoring of graphene approaches macroscopic world. Footprints discovered from the last dinosaurs to walk on UK soil. Phytoplankton, the discovery of a missing link. The next headlines are from Information Week. From AI to teamwork, 7 key skills for data scientists. AI ops in the cloud, not so fast. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, June 19th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Live, Utah Jazz hold their season-ending press conference. Utah Senate President calls Tribune report on co-diagnostics concerning. 17-year-old Utah boy drowns in Deer Creek Reservoir. David Brooks, the American Renaissance has begun. Nearly 52% of Utahns ages 12 plus fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Bay's defensive line has talent, but is on the green side, with little game experience. David Knowlton, democracy is at a standoff in Peru. 3 points, Albert Russink makes plays for RSL, Aaron Herrera throw-ins, and possible correlation between hair bleach and a win. Flat fire forces evacuations near Enterprise. Actress, Utah resident Katherine Heigl to protest Oniki horse herd roundup. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Some Texans surprised their smart thermostats are being raised remotely. Will data centers exacerbate our droughts? How a murderer's lies were exposed by his cell phone and a smartwatch. Google funds Linux kernel development in Rust. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella now also elevated to Microsoft's chairman. Peloton patches vulnerability in camera that allowed spying on writers. Linux Foundation honors authors of 30 Linux success stories by letting them name a penguin. Robotic AI-powered ship tries retracing Mayflower's voyage, has to turn back. A pill to treat COVID-19, the U.S. is betting on it. New wildfires are at a 10-year high in the hot, dry western U.S. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 p.m. First annual Juneteenth Caribbean Heritage Walkathon in Forest Park. Body recovered from the Big River at Rockford Beach in Jefferson County. You paid for it, St. Charles County residents anxious over future of I-70 project. St. Louis Mayor, 10 other U.S. mayors pledge to pay reparations. St. Louis area marking first Juneteenth as national holiday. Experienced swimmers losing battles with area rivers. O'Fallon, Mo police chief resigns over new Second Amendment protection law. Dangerous heat brings heightened risk to expectant mothers. Thousands of dollars in witness protection funds going unused by Missouri law enforcement. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Watch the San Diego Padres take on the Cincinnati Reds on Fox 5. Juneteenth celebrations held across San Diego. Crews struggle to reach remote 500-acre wildfire in Far East County. News now, what this week's heat wave means for California's power grid. San Diego businesses brace for busy first weekend fully open. North County Water Park to reopen only on weekends for 2021 season. Driver dies after crashing into tow truck on I-5. East County couple to stand trial for murder in death of 7-month-old son. Gloria declares Juneteenth in San Diego. San Diego Catholic Diocese lifts restrictions on mass attendance. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Canada's cyberspace agency may have broken privacy law, intelligence watchdog says. Unknown connected, how do you find the owner of a cell phone number? Central Intelligence Agency veterans explain how they used spy tactics to raise their kids. All the Black Widow characters that you need to know before watching the movie. Chinese spy master defects to West to offer secrets about COVID and Wuhan lab. The Rosenbergs were executed for spying in 1953. Can their sons reveal the truth? Review, Invoxia Cellular GPS Tracker. Industries David Johnson, Lena Dunham thinks British people eat scones every day. What is reality shifting, and does the TikTok trend work? To Catch a Spy exclusive, see Coley and Donnell in newest Hallmark mystery. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. German defense group unveils new autonomous platform. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Outcry over chilling effect of Hong Kong media arrests for foreign collusion. All the drone companies in China, a guide to the 22 top players in the Chinese UAV industry. Shanghai Art Museum slammed for showing video ranking thousands of women by attractiveness. Wet season, a rain-soaked search for love and belonging. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, June 19, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Juneteenth celebrated as federal holiday for the first time. Man breaks naked skydiving record to bring awareness to mental health, suicide prevention. 30-foot whale shark surprises fishermen. O.J. Simpson still fighting against orders to pay $60 for Goldman deaths, lawyer says. Emergency C-section causes cut to baby's face. Biden's dog, Champ, has died peacefully at home. 2 overnight homicides reported in San Francisco. Scott Peterson feeling anxious waiting for retrial decision. 7-year-old boy called 911 when mom was having seizure. Multiple injured after shooting at San Jose nightclub. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Lewandowski gives Poland 1-1 draw against Spain at Euro 2020. Vegas goalie Fleury laughs off flub, looks forward to Game 4. 76ers put process legacy on the line in Game 7 versus Hawks. The latest, Lewandowski gives Poland 1-1 draw against Spain. Boys lacrosse, York edges Wheaton Academy to take third at state. Elgin marks Juneteenth with parade of African flags, festival. Chicago boy, 7, honored for helping save his mother's life. Better, Mary Schmidt bids farewell to Chicago Tribune in buyout exodus. Tax and business boost, traffic, Arlington Park neighbors ponder possible Chicago Bears relocation. Bernie Lincecum, come to think of it, La Russa remains quite capable. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington ranks in top 10 most fun states in the country. Washington's first Amazon Fresh grocery store opens in Bellevue, features new shopping technology. Fremont Art Festival, Shakespeare in the Park, water rides, more happening in Seattle this weekend. City of Seattle extends eviction moratorium until September 30th. Seattle ranks among top 10 cities for biking in the nation. A matter of life and death, blood supply in Washington remain critically low, donors needed. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Claude at 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Dolores 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Fiji June 19, 2021, 11:59 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, June 19th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Claudette, now a depression, could regain storm status near Carolinas. Buffalo Bills receiver Cole Beasley would rather retire than get vaccinated, follow NFL COVID rules. House from hell listed for nearly $600K gets offers in hot housing market. Wife of man killed by Honolulu police demands justice, if it was me, I'd still be alive. One dead, two injured in shooting on Main Street and Pearson downtown, according to HPD. Cult favorite Aggie Chicken Finger Restaurant reveals open date for first Houston location. East Houston residents find man's body after hearing gunshots. Biden family dog Champ dies at age 13, we love our sweet, good boy. United commemorates Juneteenth with all-black flight crew out of IA. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Twins activate Buxton after lengthy absence for hip strain. Newgarden earns pole for IndyCar race at Road America. Lindor breaks out, 5 RBIs lead Mets over Nats 5-1 in opener. Can't miss him more, Schifrin reflects on her late father. Missing men, Suns, Clips deal with uncertain status of stars. Clippers Suns Western Conference Finals preview capsule. Editor of paper that endured newsroom shooting says goodbye. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, O's dog shacks up in a Queens warehouse with stray cat roommates. With 3 days to go until primary, Garcia and Yang strike an allegiance. NYPD likely to blow overtime budget by at least $162 million, independent report says. We cannot be silent, NYC mayoral candidate Eric Adams offers $2,000 reward for Bronx gunmen who fired shots near 2 kids. State to close mass vaccination site in Queens while running pop-up sites for early voters. Hit and run Mercedes-Benz driver allegedly kills cyclist near Bronx River Parkway. She spent years trying to spread the word about Juneteenth. Now, she's concerned the holiday could lose its meaning. NJ will limit criminal background checks in housing applications. The AMNH's Theodore Roosevelt statue is still here, for now. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. To fund Grand Angle using green hydrogen, equity and ethics matter. Africa can be self-sufficient in rice production. COVID-19, vaccines donated next year, too late for those who are dying today. Myanmar, timely support and action by Security Council really paramount, says UN Special Envoy. Forced displacement at record level, despite COVID shutdowns, UNHCR. Antonio Guterres secures second term as UN Secretary General, calls for new era of solidarity and equality. Famine risk spikes amid conflict, COVID-19 and funding gaps, WFP. The energy revolution is here, how to be part of it. For people with disabilities, COVID-19 lays bare the weaknesses in social safety nets. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Amid reform movement, some GOP states give police more power. Protected them to death, eldercare COVID rules under fire. Reports, U.S. student found killed in Russia, suspect arrested. Editor, CEO deny bail in Apple daily case in Hong Kong. Champ, the Biden's dog, has died. Why was Dave Portnoy's Twitter account briefly suspended? Hear Jada Pinkett Smith read previously unpublished poem by Tupac Shakur. WHO isn't banning women of childbearing age from drinking alcohol. Western heat wave threatens health in vulnerable communities. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar talks new documentary, MLK, Social Justice. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Conservative outlets advance unfounded theory about Capitol attack. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Nina Simone's family blame Kamala Harris for taking singer's estate away from them. Indiana zoo owner who appeared in Tiger King pleads guilty to roughing up official during inspection. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend hit back against latest bullying claims. This little battery-powered device neutralizes mosquito bite itch in about 5 seconds. Zombies, semen, and big racks, inside the Texas deer breeding industry. Yes, black women, they do make sunscreen for us. The perfect NYC hotel for hot vac summer. Don't be a good Samaritan unless you know what you're doing. How BJ Thomas and I wound up in the same family tree. The next headlines are from the New York Post. New York's COVID rate sees 22nd consecutive day at record low. Kevin Pillar talks scary Mets moment, mental toughness, World Series chances. British twin attacked by crocodile released from hospital. Hall of Fame did it itself proud with Satchel Paige induction 50 years ago. Britain's longest hospitalized COVID patient dies. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Tests of general relativity with gravitational waves can go awry. The sky this week, welcome, summer. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. How to watch the full strawberry moon, the last supermoon of 2021. New fossils reveal one of the largest land mammals ever found. Endangered snake species found thriving near San Francisco airport. Sweltering heat wave threatens 55 million Americans. Tracking the heat wave in the West and Midwest. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 3 killed in hit and run, shooting in Oregon. Colorado man charged with murder 2 years after ex-wife's disappearance. Eric Garner's sister endorses NYC Councilman Robert Cornegy for Brooklyn Borough President. Arizona police officer shoots truck driver who plowed through bike race, injuring at least 6. Florida driver arrested for vandalizing LGBTQ crosswalk during pro-Trump rally, police. Arrest made in death of U.S. student who disappeared in Russia. Man drives into crowd outside British pub, leaves 4 injured in targeted attack. 9 members of same family identified as victims in deadly North Carolina tubing accident, search underway for 2 still missing. 17th century valuable oil paintings found in highway dumpster in Germany. We'll miss him always. Bidens mourn loss of their pet dog Champ. The following headlines are from military.com. Memphis erases Confederate general from its public spaces. Army investigating death of colonel found unresponsive at Fort Leavenworth. Fierce Capitol attacks on police in newly released videos. U.S. general, wildfire of terrorism on march in Africa. Hispanic group sues Santa Fe mayor over destroyed obelisk. The Air Force knew it had an ejection seat problem, but didn't speed up a fix. Then a pilot died. Navy gets new training helicopter to replace the Sea Ranger. National Guard will be used more, not less as military preps for future war, General says. After 9 years and $10 million, Georgia spaceport nears FAA approval. She was a pioneering Navy submarine officer, now she's headed to space. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Weekend violence, 2 dead, 18 others hurt in shooting since Friday afternoon, Chicago police say. Unattended smoking materials blamed for fatal West Englewood blaze, police say. Former federal prosecutor defends his own brother in murder case, but behavior works against him. Column, not so long ago, 29 years, I started writing a column, this will be the last, thank you. A Chicago Juneteenth weekend festival kicked off at Columbus Park with a youth focus coupled with a sense of history. Englewood home where 8 people were shot Tuesday is owned by a cop. 2019 shooting there led city to file complaint. 16-year-old found shot in Roseland, authorities say. Woman killed, man critically injured and child unharmed after Ashburn shooting, police say. As Juneteenth becomes a federal holiday, one suburban Chicago high school district is slated to educate students about Black history with a worldview. Person dies after being struck by Metro train in Tinley Park. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Major damage to Alabama mobile home park amid tropical storm. Storm expected to be another blow to Gulf Coast businesses. NASA reports trouble with Hubble Space Telescope. Mexico's The Guardians on mission to save species. New research adds a wrinkle to our understanding of the origins of matter in the Milky Way. Tropical weather lashes Gulf Coast with brisk winds, rain. Aquarium to auction off chance to name 3 beluga whales. Researchers find optimal way to pay off student loans. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, June 19th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. A human epic, when did the Anthropocene begin? Extreme space weather, predicting and engineering our way around storms from the sun. Why are Americans getting unhappier? What's really happening when you experience déjà vu? This scientist discovered an ant species in his own backyard. Mystery cases, what happens when modern medicine lacks a diagnosis or cure? How to keep your workout routine into old age. As the West's mega heat wave peaks, satellite imagery reveals explosive growth of wildfires. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Ursula takes Chardonnay, then hits go-ahead homer. Can't miss him more, Schifrin reflects on her late father. Activists protest EU migration policies at Croatian border. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Bay Area TV sports, what to watch on Sunday Monday. Jess Luzardo sets a new record, but not a good kind, in A's late loss to Yankees. Monterey Bay researchers to live stream expedition to Surridge. The latest, Brazil's COVID-19 death toll tops 500,000. Chico cooling tent goes hours without equipment as temperatures peak. Giants announce plans for Alex Dickerson, Darren Ruff, named Sunday starter. Hong Kong court denies bail to Apple Daily's editor, publisher. Jury, ex-New Mexico state tax chief guilty of embezzlement. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Biden to host Israeli President Reuven Rivlin on June 28 at White House. Julian Assange fiancé says WikiLeaks publisher suffering in prison, asks Biden to intervene. Rabble-rousing idiots, Antifa converge on Western Conservative Summit in Denver. Biden's announced death of Champ, pet German Shepherd. U.S., Canada border restrictions imposed because of COVID-19 pandemic extended until July 21. Charlottesville judge rejects efforts to relocate trial in Unite the Right lawsuit. LI police leader won't resign over broken homes remarks. Jack Phillips, Masterpiece Cake Shop owner, tells how he became a Christian. O.J. Simpson appealing $16 million in Goldman judgments, lawyer says. Mike Pence bid to unite MAGA, traditional conservatives off to rocky start. The next headlines are from The Intercept. I visited a Chinese lab at the center of a biosafety scandal. What I learned helps explain the polarized debate over COVID-19's origins. India's vaccine makers are pandemic profiteers, not humanitarians. Hacked emails give unfiltered view into the DC police gang database. U.S. sanctions on Cuba and Venezuela hamper the global fight against COVID-19. Joe Manchin gets candid with billionaire donors in leaked audio. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, June 19, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Glycologists and the promise of inclusive sustainability. Robot-assisted surgery, putting the reality in virtual reality. Novel interactions between proteins that help in recovering from brain injury. Common antibiotic found useful in accelerating recovery in tuberculosis patients. COVID-19 in Spain. There's a good reason online retailers are investing in physical stores. Bio-inspired hydrogel protects the heart from post-op adhesions. Stronger together, how protein filaments interact. Greenhouse gas data deep dive reaches new level of reasonable and true. First trial of fecal microbiota transplantation for people with active peripheral psoriatic arthritis shows no advantage. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 19 shot, 2 fatally, since Friday evening in Chicago. SkyStar Diamond Dash Shield helps bring free eye exams to over 100 Southsiders. Our constant, cherished companion, Biden's German Shepherd Champ dies at 13. Missing man, 70, last seen in South Loop. Juneteenth celebrations, what to do, where to go in Chicago and beyond. 2 children among 5 hurt in South Shore fire. Masked man strikes in Las Vegas. Link wants to stay connected to Notre Dame. Why the Fire should emulate the White Sox. Bulls position breakdown, it's forward-thinking time for Pat Williams. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, June 19, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings, Barrel of Monkeys Hospitality launches, Lane's Chicken Fingers Houston. Texans GM case Rio, decision on Watson coming closer to training camp. Alan Hill says yeah to love. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, where to get grub this Father's Day. The next headlines are about world records making news. Pilendra Tau sets 3 world records at World Para Swimming World Series, Incidetha Games. Peace. World record holder Van Niekerk reaches Olympics 400 in qualifying time, France 24. Anastasia Pagonis world records lead day 2 of U.S. Paralympic trials, Swimming World magazine. The world's most premature baby has celebrated his first birthday after beating 0% odds of surviving, CNN. Crouser's world record, the shot heard around the world, gives trials a rousing start. USA Track and Field, USA Track and Field. American Ryan Crouser breaks shot put world record, CNN International. Walpole man breaks world record at Scottish Games, the Lincoln County News. World record alert, Caleb Dressel chasing global mark in 100 butterfly, Swimming World magazine. World records wrap up the Lima 2021 World Cup. International Paralympic Committee, International Paralympic Committee. Man sets world record for most push-ups in a year after tallying over 1.5 million, Inquirer.net. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Boba Fett solo series has wrapped filming and debuts in December 2021. California hydropower plant may have to shut down as record heat wave drains key reservoir. Watchmen almost cast a different actress as Lori Blake, also known as Silk Spectre. James Cameron explores a cinematic creative process with Masterclass. Disney Plus original Kisasimoto, Generation Fire series will debut in 2022. Twitter rallies behind HBO Max intern blamed for test email accidentally sent to subscribers. Fantasy Football League total loser sentenced to 24-hour stint in Waffle House as punishment. 10 pure and beautiful on-screen platonic male friendships to watch with the boys. YouTube will roll out picture-in-picture support to iOS users starting with premium subscribers. Star Wars goes new school and old school, and more of the best toys of the week. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Gur in Niger at 121.1 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 90.94 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 68.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Archaeologists recreated 3 common kinds of Paleolithic cave lighting. 2 Viking burials, separated by an ocean, contain close kin. The efforts to make text-based AI less racist and terrible. Pornhub hosted rape, revenge porn, and child sex abuse videos, lawsuit alleges. Ring gave cops free cameras to build and promote surveillance network. Arcade 1-Up pinball cabinet review, fine for families, interesting for modders. Apple and Google's AI wizardry promises privacy, at a cost. Rocket report, China launches crew mission, SpaceX runs into road troubles. Ukraine arrests ransomware gang in global cybercriminal crackdown. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Jim Clyburn says Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't as ignorant as she comes off in public. Busted, Italigate election conspiracy leader lied about owning $30 million mansion. Mass casualty incident after F-150 runs over bicyclists in Arizona, driver shot by police, report. Tucker Carlson wins profane award from CNN's Jim Acosta. Ron DeSantis urged to investigate why so many Floridians took part in Trump's insurrection, report. Disbarment urged for weapon brandishing lawyers after slap on the wrist plea bargain. The real reason why Juneteenth is a point of contention for the GOP. Trump campaign insiders accused by Dem lawmaker of helping to organize the Capitol insurrection. Mo Brooks snared by local paper over Alabama's Confederate holidays, after he voted against Juneteenth. How the death of a Capitol rioter has become increasingly polarizing and politicized. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. A Bundy-linked group is rallying farmers in drought-stricken Oregon. Things are getting weird. Scientists can now turn used soda bottles into vanilla flavoring. Nothing proves the end of bipartisanship like gun control. Republicans declare war on Biden's non-existent plan to grab farmland. Your yoga pants are spewing microplastics into the environment. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Commentary, who's piloting the UFOs? Prior Lake Opinion SWNewsMedia.com, Southwest News Media. Intelligent life probably exists on distant planets, even if we cannot make contact, astrophysicist says, The Washington Post. Saturday, June 19, 2021, the monocle. Mushrooms on Mars and 4 other unproven claims that alien life exists. Scroll in. Opinion, the UFO report won't change minds, but maybe it should. Tulsa World. Alien Renaissance, the monthly. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Live Life Fully, Training Your Brain to Be Happier, Charleston Gazette Mail. Rapid coordination of effective learning by the human hippocampus, science advances. The stem cell assay market to grow through mergers amongst market participants, the Courier. It keeps you happy, Spokane Retirement Community Slips, Slides and Splashes for Alzheimer's Awareness, the Spokesman Review. Presence of certain stem cells linked to non-genetic resistance mechanisms of cancer cells, News Medical Net. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Breakthrough study suggests it might be impossible to reverse aging, BGR. Death still the unconquerable equalizer, South China Morning Post. Can death be cheated? Study finds aging is unstoppable, India Today. Study finds the aging process is unstoppable, despite your best efforts, Women's Health. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, June 19, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs and national security threat say lawmakers after briefing. The truth about UFOs and UAPs, with Lou Elizondo and John Greenewald. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, June 19, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.